Okay, so it's Thursday, it's 2:45, and I've just finished the wiring inside the headlight of this Norton. Show you what I've got. All the connections are made in here. Oh, you were just on video, Richard. Relax. And it looks like a rat's nest, and I guess it sort of is, but you can't hardly get neat in here. But electrically, it's great. These are good, sharp, good tight connections. Everything works, high beam, low beam, pilot light, tail light, horn, kill switch, turn signal, no, not turn signal, high beam, low beam, instrument lights, everything works. It's kind of cool. And no smoke. The statistics are I put in 27 Lucas bullet connectors, that's 27 solder joints, 5 single connectors, 4 double connectors, and 1 triple connector in order to connect all these wires. That's a bunch of soldering and a bunch of connectors in a tight area. Additionally to what's inside the headlight, I modified the wire going to the black box here so that the kill switch will kill the ignition as is required. Horn works, turn signals work. I'm going to put some power on now and show you the great lack of smoke and show you some headlights and taillights and stuff. Okay, ignition is on. Let's see, we have a headlight here that says ignition's on. This is a off pilot light, and then headlight. So you can see here, it's off. There's your pilot light inside, the little one. Here's your headlight, and here's high beam, low beam. Okay, horn. Not much of a horn, but it's a horn. This is the tail light circuit that's going to be connected to the tail light in the back end of the bike, and it stays on for high beam, low beam. It's on in the headlight setting, it's on in the tail light or pilot setting, and it's off when the lights are off. That's about all I can really demonstrate, but I'm going to close this headlight up now and call the front end good. Then I'm going to come back here and pick up this tail light, brake light, and a ground wire and run them back to the tail section. Probably get rid of all of these wires because they're not used anymore. Probably get rid of all the wires right up to this point here because they're just not needed anymore. Anyway, that's the next project. I'm going to start on it now, even though it's 3 o'clock in the day and I am tired. I'm probably going to do another hour's work on this thing to see how much progress I can make on the tail section. Well, hello there, it's 4 o'clock and I'm going to call it a day. My headlight is all closed up. I will demo the lights for you. The center bike wiring is complete, even down to the kill switch circuit. I did that. Under seat wiring is all cleaned up and complete. And the wires that go to the tail section are sitting here ready to go. We've got a ground, brake light, tail light, and turn signals if they ever want to hook them up. So all those wires are here, and when I put the tail section on the bike, I'll figure out how to run them, how to make them work. Brake switch wiring's on, battery's all wired. These are 3 extra wires that are just stubbed out here. I'll show you a trick. I'm going to show you a trick, what to do when you want to just cover up some wires that aren't needed. Okay, put a piece of shrink on them that's slightly too long. And then walking over here, grabbing your heat gun. Let me see. Let me get my pliers ready. Shrink it down like so. Let's see when I'm off on this one. And take your local friendly pliers. Just do that. Now you've sealed those off very nicely. They're completely sealed and basically weatherproof and safe, and they're never coming off, and they look okay. Then you can just tuck them up underneath, and they are there for future use if anybody ever wants to use them. So that's a trick. Let's turn on the ignition. Okay. And up here we have the light showing that the ignition is turned on. Headlight off. Parking lot headlight. Headlight high and low beams. Indicator over here showing high and low beams. Horn. And I can't really demonstrate the kill button, but that kills the ignition. And with the lights on, you can see the light illumination. In the instruments. So all the electrical is connected. We should, capital should, have ignition now. If I were to kick it over, which I'm not going to because I'm tired. Center bike wiring is all done neatly. Tail end wiring is all installed, ready to be used as soon as I put the tail section on in the next day or two. Prior to that, I have to mount that rear fender. Haven't figured out how to do that yet. And then try the tail section, then try the tank, and see if we can eventually get ourselves a complete motorcycle. Wouldn't that be neat? So anyway, that's where we are on the Norton. And got a lot of these are parts here that are for the Triumph. So I've got parts for the Triumph to go back on it if I run out of things to do on the Norton. And that's about it. This guy's sitting here, and I'm not seeing a lot of oil leak. This is 2 days down there, and I'll find out what that is. Won't really start looking for that until after I've started the bike, run the bike, warm the bike up, and then put the bike on the lift overnight. And that way we'll see if something is leaking. That's the status here in the shop. And as I sometimes say, that's what's happening here in Lake Wobegotten. Gonna call it off, go inside, and do paperwork, and maybe sneak in a nap.